Hey everybody, I'm Jay,
And I'm Meka.
and this is our channel. Today we are going to be doing the episode 2 review for Love After Lockup.
Yep. And we are really excited to talk about this episode today. So, first off, what did you think of the episode?
Thought it was better than the first one. It was actually really good.
Yeah.
Um, kind of gave a little bit more insight and revealed a little bit more about a couple of people within the relationships on this episode. So I feel it was a good follow up to the first episode.
Right. So, we just gonna start right off with um Julius, Alexis, and Ashley. Okay. Which we talked about on our last video. So, this episode starts with Alexis, who we didn't talk much about on the last episode, but she was the other woman that was towards the end of last episode that Julius was also dealing with. Alexis happens to be the one that's actually picking him up from jail. So, starts off the episode. She's up there at the jail. She's excited to see him. She's waiting outside. And all of a sudden, somebody comes walking up while she's standing out there. And it turns out that is a friend or
His brother and
his brother.
his I think it was his brother.
Yeah.
No, it was his sister's
Well,
boyfriend.
one of them was the sister's boyfriend. The other one was the
Other one,
brother, I
yeah.
think, right? Why all these guys look kind of similar, I have no idea because they kind of looks like kind of similar. But anyway, so Alexis, right off the top, as soon as she sees the first person walk up, she's irritated because she's like, this is her time with him. She's waiting for him to get out of jail. And she just felt like she wanted to share that moment with him alone. So she's kind of shocked to see that this first person pops up. Stands there a little bit longer. The next guy pops up, which is then the sister's boyfriend,
Right.
who she says she's never met. And I'm not sure if this is the sister that introduced her to her brother. She didn't really clarify, but I don't know. So, anyway, next guy walks up. She's even more irritated. So they're standing outside waiting for him. He finally comes out. She greets him, gives him a hug, is super excited. His homeboy's brother, super excited to see him. They head to the car, and the first thing he asks for is his phone. I guess he had asked Alexis to get him a phone at some point. She got him a phone, brings it out the car, gives it to him. He cuts it on, and he asks her, is she ready to go get something to eat? She's like, yeah, let's go get something to eat. But the homeboys are in the back, like, oh, you gonna ride with her? You gonna ride with us? Right? And Julius decides that he wants to ride with his homeboys. At this point, Alexis gets pissed. And she gets in the car and she says she's pissed. And she's like, I'm already, this is basically already some bullshit, right? She don't understand. She felt it was inconsiderate. I agree with her. I think it was pretty inconsiderate to do that.
I don't think it was inconsiderate.
I think it's inconsiderate for the fact that he and her both said that nobody really put money on his books, including his friends and his brothers. And
Yep.
she was the one that supported him. And the least he could do is ride in the car with her to get breakfast.
Nah, I
And they
mean,
can meet them there at the
nah,
restaurant.
I don't think so. I think he just did 6 years, and he's seeing people that he spent time with prior to even knowing her. These are his people. This is his family. They're going to get some food. The guys are going to be there. He's like, hey, let me get this time with them, chopped up with them. I just been in for 6 years. You know what I mean? As we seen when he walked out, his boy has some, you know what I'm saying, some Patron for him. Cool. You know what I mean? He's maybe trying to, as we see, he's trying to do something in the whip on the way. He's trying to get his head right. You know what I'm saying?
He's
He's getting ready. He's going to leave the restaurant with her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's trying to get his head right by stepping out of prison and walking into a car where they're smoking and drinking as soon as he gets in the car. That
like,
sounds like somebody that's trying to be rehabilitated to you
he don't
right away.
he don't have to be rehabilitated that quick. He literally just walked out the doors.
I mean,
If she's not willing to give him a moment to catch up with people who he hasn't seen in 6 years, they're gonna go eat. Then they're gonna bounce and he's gonna be with her. It's like, yo, chill. You know,
I don't agree
mother,
with
don't
it.
like. She's already showing us like smothering. It's not like he said, "Hey, I'm gonna go eat with them and I'm gonna holler at you later." He just said, "I'm gonna ride in the car to the restaurant with them."
Well, that's cute what he's saying and everything. You know, he always wants to play devil's advocate and whatnot. But as soon as he got in the car, he decided to call another bitch. That's why he wanted to ride with his friends. And as soon as he got in that car, he then called Ashley, who has been waiting for him at Party City, it appears, for it seems like an entire day, waiting on this man to call her. That was a whole other situation. Her friends were questioning her, Ashley, the other woman. They were questioning her. They met her at Party City for her to pick up fake handcuffs because that's what he wants to use as soon as he sees her as handcuffs. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to see that right away, but that's what she wanted to pick up, handcuffs and other items to decorate the hotel room to meet him in. So yeah, that she also talked about how she's ready to get pregnant already. So anyway, that pretty much sums up what's going on with Alexis, Julius, and Ashley. And it is going to turn out to be a hot mess.
It don't sum it up.
What else happened?
Well, from my perspective, I think Alexis, I'll backtrack some of what I said a little bit. She does have a reason to feel a little bit slighted, maybe. Right? Cool. You know what I'm saying? I get that. Ashley, she goofy than motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
But something telling me Ashley gonna be all right either way.
She's not, because she ain't all right now.
But I just feel like she ain't about to be like. I feel like out of both of the women, Alexis is gonna really get hurt.
No.
Considering that because Ashley's saying she's never sent Julius money. Alexis
That's what she said.
Sent upward. She said $11,000 to Julius.
Nah, she said 1,100.
No. Did she say 1,100? No.
1,100. It was 1,100. She said 11.
The cell phone alone cost that. What are you talking about?
It was 1,100. She said she put 11. I mean, we can.
I don't think
will run it back.
Y'all can put in the comments what they said, because I'm gonna put it
in the video.
Well, you can put it in the video, but they can also comment below.
They can
if they like how much he said. But I thought she said she spent a substantial amount of money on this man.
That's so substantial. Any
money that she spent on him, he should be grateful for. But anyway, yeah. So I think like for her, I think she's a little delulu.
Who?
Alexis, both, but Alexis is over here talking about he's ready to be a man.
What makes you think Ashley's gonna be okay? Like, what makes you think Ashley's gonna be okay? She's walking around.
I feel like Ashley has been through some stuff.
But what I'm saying is, what makes you think she's going to be okay?
I think she's gonna be hurt, but I think that she could possibly handle it. I just have this feeling that Ashley has been through a lot. I have a strong feeling.
What makes you think she?
I just told you. I think that she's
because
been
she's really
already
walking through. You ever seen an episode of The Simpsons where Michael Jackson is on there playing the voice of the crazy person walking around with the moo-moo?
No, I have no.
That's what she looks like walking through this goddamn Party City. I will put a picture of it in here. That's what she looks like. And you think this person is gonna be okay? The person who goes and gets the person who goes and gets a tattoo on their chest of somebody ain't seen a person. This is the person you think is gonna be okay. Versus this person who's gonna be hurt, but she gonna get some time with him. She gonna more than likely get some from him, whatever. She'll bounce back. Ashley finna be tore the hell up, and she gonna be back on the phone talking to another fucker who's on his way out. To see if he, so I ain't trying to hear that. She ain't finna be fine. Ain't nobody in this goddamn show gonna be fine, to be honest with you.
Okay, maybe I was wrong, but I think that maybe I was just wrong. The girl, they both gonna be hurt, I'm sure, but I don't know, man. I guess we gonna have to see. What I will say is either Ashley is gonna be hurt or she gonna cut somebody, because that also looks like something she would do. So I'm not really sure, but that's their story. So before we get stuck on them, because they're quite fascinating, before we get stuck on them, let's move on to some other people.
Yeah, you looking at her pictures. Look at her. She look goofy there.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about Demadric. You want to take this one, Demadric and Kiana?
Yeah, this one actually low
Okay.
key. I'm looking forward to seeing this kind of play out because I've already seen some things which I'll be honest, like this episode of them two, I equally felt kind of sorry for the both of them in this episode. Like so the magic finally comes out. I mean, he gets his release or whatnot. And he hops in the car with her and her stepdad, and they chop. Now he got released a little bit late, so they go to pretty much like his exit processing, so he could get his stuff, or like his halfway house, I believe. So he's gonna be on monitoring, so they have to put the monitor on his ankle, the ankle monitor on him and things. So he goes in there, and he's in there for like a good hour and a half or so. Then somebody from inside comes out, the counselor comes out and says, hey, we're holding him. So there was a processing issue with his release, which that sucks in general. They drove all the way up there to get him. He actually gets out, but then processing issue, they're gonna hold him. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's like giving you a taste of freedom and snatching it right back.
That's
kind of messed up.
Yeah.
And then so they pretty much drove up there for no reason. They go back. Kiana's sitting up there, crying, which is understandable to a certain extent. But that's pretty much all that happened with them too, because it wasn't really a lot. Yeah, that was it with them too. But it was kind of unfortunate that he got held.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I was a little bit disappointed as far as like the storytelling part of this, because in the previews they talked about how, well, we are not knowing, but in the previews they did say that Demadric has 3 baby moms and 6 kids in total. Now he's known Kiana since high school and has dated her off and on since high school.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I imagine there was a couple heartbreaks between them.
And he's 4 years older.
He's 4 years older. He is 4 years older.
Yeah.
This is a case where it seems like it's like her high school crush that she just cannot let go of, type of thing, and she just hung up on. I don't know if she lost her virginity to him. I don't know what is the whole this chokehold that he has on her, but he got it on her. And so I do want to know more about their story, as it continues to go on, because I'm pretty sure a lot of things are about to unfold. One of the baby mamas has already been talked about on the show. So we'll see with that. But what's up?
No, keep that comment to myself.
What comment? Be free.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been saying it.
Be free. So we're gonna move on to Joey and.
I'll take this one.
You want to take that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Joey, and I ain't got a lot to say about these two.
It wasn't a whole lot that happened.
But so Michael gets out. Joey's there. They trying to figure out their whole thing or whatever. So Mike's like, yo, where's my phone? And Joey's like, here. He's like, yo, it's a new number. And Mike's like, no, it's not. I talked to my mom. I told her not to change it. Yeah, guess what, man? That phone number's changed. And Mike was tight about that. You know what I'm saying? Because truth be told, everything is like, look, listen, I'm betting money he's relapsing rather quick. Within probably the next episode.
You said you think that he's been doing drugs.
I think he's been doing it all the time.
This last episode I watched, when he was talking, he did kind of seem a little jittery to me.
He's geeking a little bit.
Just slightly, right? And he flat out said that he's sitting there thinking about when he's going to be able to get away with getting his next hit or whatever.
Pretty much he's saying as soon as he get away from Joey's ass. That's essentially what he's saying.
Yeah. But he's like kind of conflicted. Is conflicted because he loves Joey, but yeah, that's but he has a drug problem, so
yeah,
he doesn't know if he's gonna be able to make it, and he also is concerned about just being out in the, what do you call it, public, outside of prison life. Yeah,
he's not about being institutionalized. I mean, he's institutionalized, so he's, how he's gonna convert to the real world, which is understandable. Like that, he spent so much time in there, you know, it makes sense. So
Right.
yeah.
Do you want to do Savannah and Bradley? I thought you kind of had a good take on it.
Yeah. So Savannah and Bradley. So this whole episode, for the most part, was kind of with this couple. The big thing was, you know, all right, they're out. He talked about how he already got a job lined up in a week. He's going back to roofing, which is cool. You know what I mean? Like that gives him some stability. But they make a point that Savannah's mom and him don't have the best of relationships, per what he said.
Right.
And they show a clip of where they're talking, and you know she's like, "So what are you gonna do?" But when they pull up to the house, he's like, the mom like rushes and shows like mad support. You know what I mean? Gives him a big hug, and like she was reacting like her man came home.
Yeah, we were confused because we're like, is that her mom or his mom?
Yeah,
the way that she hugged him, yeah.
But even when she was talking to him, because she does like outreach and helps people transition when they're leaving prison. That's her regular job. She seemed very supportive. You know what I mean? She was speaking to him in a positive manner. It didn't seem fake. It didn't seem not genuine. But Savannah did say that she could tell that he was having a issue as far as, you know, just being released and whatnot, which is understandable. I think he had been in there for 2 years. But I thought that was kind of weird that he had that view of the mother, but everything that the mother had shown up to that point was very supportive. You know, very like, all right, let's do this, let's get it moving and stuff. So I just that's the thing that I noticed with that. But the other thing was, so, and this is the part that I had a problem with because it didn't make no damn sense to me. But then after I thought about it, so, you know, Savannah, she wants to get knocked down. Like that's the thing. She's trying to get knocked down.
Wait,
you know what I'm saying? That's all she's been talking about. Like, yo, I need to, you know what I mean? You need to come and, you know, drop off a package on me. And so he's like, yeah, well, you look different.
But he didn't say that. He didn't say
I know he didn't say that, but he's saying like she physically looks different. So the thing with Savannah is, outside of her being a formal drug addict to meth or whatever, you know what I mean, and dealing with the laws of that and losing all the weight and being skinny and whatnot, she had gastric bypass surgery. She used to be bigger. And when you have gastric bypass surgery, you lose a ton of weight initially. Now, you add that on top of some sort of drug you're doing, specifically meth, is what it seems like.
Right.
You lose a ton of weight, you know, which hence her pictures make her look very, very skinny.
Right. And he met her as her drug dealer. Well, weed dealer.
Yeah. So he knew her as being very, very skinny. But the thing is, even at the side, like, so the side she's at now, she kind of leveled out. She stopped doing drugs. So, you know what I mean? So she leveled out. And it's not like she's, you know what I mean? She's not bad. Like, if they wouldn't have said nothing, you wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't have been able to tell. You would just tell, like, you just thought, hey, she was on that crack. Man.
Yeah, and she's healthy now. So and she looks healthy. She's not like big or anything like that. He's just being kind of a jerk, honestly. A little bit of a jerk. I don't know if he's just moody. I understand so he's been locked up, so maybe he's a little moody. I don't know, but to me, he's not being the nicest to her.
I mean, he's kind of, but she is kind of, but I mean, a thing though. Well, I'm guessing, you know what I mean? Kind of, this is the same reason why I said what I said about Julius.
Yeah.
Like, he probably, like, since he got out, I mean, that's his woman or whatever, but, like, she's kind of in his face.
Yeah.
And he probably needs a minute to kind of, you know, calibrate himself. And I don't think she's recognized, like, sometimes in general, people need time to calibrate themselves. You just got out of prison every day. This is, you know.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he said he hadn't been able to drive. He had driven a car in 28 months. So he's in there for like 2.5 years. Yeah. So I can understand him being like, all right, like, that's why he's like, yeah, I just want to go upstairs to lay down. Because it's like, yo, let me get a minute to get my head together. But Julius, him being young and immature, having gone to jail when he was 18 and been in there for 6 years, like, hold on a second. I'm going to get you, just let me calibrate myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't think they're thinking how excited these people are to.
Yeah, to see him because they've been talking to him the whole time. And the whole thing has been about oh, you're coming home, and they're like, yeah, I'm coming home, I can't wait to see you. And so I think when you get a different reaction when they come out, because you don't understand, you weren't in prison with them, so you're not understanding, like, wait, what happened to the dude that was talking about, hugging up on me and want to be in my face, and we're gonna be all these things, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like,
could be,
that's just how
but the thing
when
is,
we are
because
to get to
hopefully,
women.
hopefully he ain't been hugging up on shit for the last couple of years. So give him a second to be able to want to hug up on something.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I mean, you would. That's the whole point. I
no,
think
no,
that's
I'm just
what
saying,
I
like,
think that's how they're feeling. Like they're feeling like, yeah, you haven't been around nobody for
but that
years. I
doesn't
would
mean
think
you
you
can
want to
just
be
jump
around
back
me.
into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think sometimes like stuff like that is, you would think it would just be able to be like, yeah, it's with some people it is, some people it's not. Years and just 6 years. Well, dude's kind of an asshole, so I'm gonna leave Julius to the side in this. But with him specifically,
Yeah.
the way he's reacting, I think he's just having the issue in that area, and maybe he's just not attracted to the old girl no more. Truthfully,
That would be sad though, because I feel like he's seen her, right?
yeah, that's just.
I feel like he's seen her.
That's what I was just about to say too. Like,
So I'm a little confused by that. You already talked about how supportive the mom was, right? How she worked with people. I think he's really fortunate because we talked about like how he's very fortunate. I mean, so you talk about Savannah's house and where they live and all that.
They
like,
got a big house. He got
like he's not going into no like shabby house or nothing. Like, I mean, this house looks like a mansion almost.
Maybe he knew about her setup prior, so maybe there's
a hidden
motive to
oh
that.
God, but oh man, that would suck. Next up is Brooke and JK. You want to talk about them real bad last time, but nothing really happened on this episode with them. Brooke went with JK's mom to pick him up from prison. On this episode, we didn't get to see him actually we got to see him like step out the car, but we didn't even get to see him interact with his mom yet or Brooke. Basically, this episode for them was just about Brooke asking the mom, what's up with this Alex girl? As you remember from our last recap that we did, there was another female named Alex that JK dated at some point. And she's kind of a threat because once JK is released, he's going to stay with his mother, and his mom lives closer to Alex. Brooke was asking the mom about Alex, and the mom was pretty honest. She likes Alex, and she even considers her part of their family. But she says that that Alex doesn't ask questions that are, as far as the relationship. The mom says that she tells Alex that he has a girlfriend, and that's kind of like where she leaves it, But Brooke is a little insecure about Alex again because she was going to be closer in proximity to him.
Brooke goofy as hell.
And Brooke, she's a little, goofy, I would say. She too wants to have a child with JK. She already has 2 children. Neither one of those fathers are there for her kids. Her mother is understandably concerned. Like, no, that's not your priority. Our priority does not need to be you having a child with a man just getting out of prison. Like, think about this, right? Brooklyn is kind of like, yeah, okay. Like, she just kind of does her own thing. But that was pretty much it for this episode.
Yeah,
really wasn't that much
she's being goofy
going on.
I said in the last episode, I'm gonna say it, and clearly it's something I'm gonna have to say consistently through this show. I think that whole, the ex is all explosive to find that ain't doing nothing but you're interacting with somebody that has a wide open door to a person from their past. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And those people, and usually those people, if the person is a possible threat, then they're a total threat.
Who do you think is do you think it's his job to make sure she's secure in that Alex is not a threat, or like?
No, because this is why. It depends. If Alex wasn't a threat, she wouldn't feel she's a threat. He could make her feel secure.
You're saying like that intuition.
Yeah, if she wasn't, so if he can make her feel secure, he can make you feel however you want.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, he can make you feel secure so he can go ahead and do some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like that. It's just, I just think, me personally, my view on it, it's just, yeah.
It's probably gonna be an issue.
No, it's going to be.
Yeah, I think it's.
So yeah, that's them.
That was them.
Yeah.
Short and sweet. But on this episode, we got introduced to a new couple. Their names are Brooklyn and Brian. Brian was arrested for aggravated robbery and something with a vehicle. Maybe I don't remember if he stole a vehicle. I don't know what it was, but primary. What am I trying to say? Thing he was arrested for was aggravated robbery. This episode was about Brooklyn kind of telling us about herself and her relationship with Brian. This is yet another relationship. She's known him since high school. That's like the trend for these couples. They've known a lot of them, even if they didn't date, they've known these people for, since they were kids. And so I think that also lends to why they may possibly even consider dating some of these people, because they feel like they know them more than just the person that was in jail. If that makes sense, right?
When they're in jail, they ain't got shit to do.
But that's what I'm saying. They feel like they knew them before they went to jail. What they don't seem to understand is like jail changes people too. On top of that, like that's not the same person, and time changes people. Time, age, all those things change people. So when you know somebody from high school, that could be a completely different person when they become older, because they go through things and that just might not be the same person. But anyway, I think people get caught up with that kind of stuff. But anyway, so she had a crush on him in high school. She told a story about how she was following him around in the hallways and giving him kisses on the cheek, calling him her man and stuff. And from the way she told it, he wasn't like really on her like that. No, but then
she was annoying.
It kind of did sound like that. And it sounded like she eventually wore him down, I guess. I don't know. It came off like that. That could just be our, understanding of it. But that's how it came off.
No, she didn't wear him down. I'm gonna go back to it. He's in prison. He's bored.
No, I'm talking about before he went to prison.
They weren't together before.
No, I'm talking about when they were in high school. She was saying she was chasing after him, and eventually, in high school, he like started to kind of.
Okay. I'm wrong.
But I'm just saying that he started to pay her a little bit of attention. But again, I think it was after. I don't know if they ever were together, but he started to kind of pay her some attention, from my understanding. I don't know.
Hey, nice wig. Yeah, okay.
Oh, buddy. Anyway, so she is a cheerleading coach.
And she did a cartwheel. So passes.
She did cheerleading coach. I mean, she's a cheerleading coach, and I don't know what else she does. But anyway, she sits down with her family and she's telling them about Brian. Her brother is like, I just found out about this man however many weeks ago. And you're saying you've been dating him for 6 years or something like that, right? So the brother is like giving her the business at the table. He's like, I don't think you should be with somebody like that. He's like, what is he going to do for you? Is he going to get a job? Is he going to support you? And she just got mad and got up and left from the table. She was hot. And so she went outside and called Brian and was telling him what the brother said. And he like, they don't know me. The whole nine. They don't know me. You know me. But as they're talking, you know how they show people in the confessional, and she starts to talk about how there's this other woman somewhere that he connected with. Yeah, in New Jersey. Do you remember a little bit more details about that?
There was something that he was interacting with.
Yeah. Brooklyn bitch. That's what she called her. I think she called her a Brooklyn or something like that. But I think she's a little bit concerned about this woman. So we'll see as the season goes on how that plays into their relationship. But for right now, he's like acting like he's all about her. She's held him down, and that's his feelings on that. So that was this episode of Love After Lockup.
That it was.
It was a very interesting episode. It was a really good episode.
It was a good episode.
So I'm looking forward to the next episodes. I can't wait till we get into Demadric again and all his baby mamas. Oh, Julius, Ashley, and Alexis are the ones to follow. the mess within that situation is just gonna be, it is literally watching a car crash ready to happen. Like, you see it, it's gonna happen. So y'all need to stay tuned. We will continue to post our recaps. Chime in our comments. Let us know what y'all think of these episodes. Give your opinion on some of these people. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of our uploads. Follow us on all our social media, TikToks, Instagram, all that. We're very active on all those. We're very responsive to comments. And yeah.
Yeah, this show gonna mess around and get me canceled by episode 4. So, but
yeah, it got a little heated. Got a little heated under the. But all right, till next time.